Public Health Officer. Reverend Shane Harris heads up the People's Alliance for Justice. He tells KNX Public Health Officer Dr. Wilma Luden's being racially antagonized by people upset over the coronavirus restrictions.
The fact that I've been on Dr. Swoop, who happens to be a black woman, I'm extremely concerned about. Weeks ago, there was a call that came into the San Gabriel County Board of Supervisors meeting, and there was someone who shared her whole address, who spoke of her physique and even the color of her skin.
Harrison said he thinks county supervisors, both in San Diego and across the state, have to do a better job of standing up for their health officers.
As COVID-19 numbers keep going up, many people are once again wondering if our hospitals can handle another surge.
It's not like they haven't been down this road before. Our numbers have increased, but we've been preparing for this, so we're concerned, but not overly concerned. As Chief Clinical Executive for Providence, Southern California, Sultra Panier, is very mindful that capacity levels are ever changing. We need to adjust. It's crucial. We look at our capacity on multiple facets every day, multiple times a day, so that we know if we should reschedule a certain case, for example, and or if it's safe for them to come in, and so we're being very deliberate about that. He says Providence hospitals can handle the surge. Chris Seams, KNX 1070 News Radio.
Former LA politician going to federal prison.
Yes, Councilmember Mitch Englander left federal court holding his left hand, wearing a black face mask. His guilty plea follows the FBI's corruption probe into LA City Hall's business dealings with some developers. Pleaded guilty to making up facts to cover up cash and other perks received from developers doing business in Los Angeles. Suspended Councilmember Jose Huizar appears at the center of this federal investigation. He is accused of taking $1.5 million in bribes. Englander faces 5 years in prison. The plea deal to be formalized with a sentencing later this year. Downtown LA at the federal courthouse, Craig Smith, KNX 1070 News Radio.
The University of California has a new chancellor. More after traffic at 5:35.
Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5s. Denise Fondo.
Signal continues on the 118, or on the 118 rather, westbound side. This is Simi Valley. We had a fire out the westbound side of that roadway today. Most upstage right now, the Q-Ride is still closed, and you've got a back up from before Topanga Canyon. We also have a signal alert on the 405 in the San Fernando Valley, and Stop is Fair in the Southern California Toyota dealers, Sky One.
Three right lanes are still closed on the 405 southbound coming up on Sherman Way. Unfortunately, a person got hit and killed on the freeway, so an investigation continues there. Back up through about Nordoff. Getting around it, first of all, the bottom line is you want to get on at Sherman Way or points to the south. But Woodley, Sepulveda, even Haskell for some of it will get you through that back up a little bit quicker. Northbound, it's been down a little bit, but you're going to have on and off slowing basically out of the Sepulveda Pass as you work your way up through the San Fernando Valley. Problems for the 91 freeway jam camp with Brian.
This is the signal alert as well. 91 eastbound just past the 605 jackknife, big rig, and a pulse. Knocked down right lane taken away, and Madison really jammed up the drive all the way back to the 710 Artesia Boulevard, and all clear for most of that. Take that to Pioneer, put you around off stalling. Problem in Glendale now on the 134. Here's Desmond.
It's the eastbound 134. This is right around Brand Boulevard where we had a crash in lane. PHP was running a lengthy traffic break to push everything to the right-hand shoulder. It looks like they're reopening lanes right now. Still a pretty nasty backup has come away from the Forest Lawn. The drive should begin to improve, though, at this point. No perfect alternates to get around that mess there, Denise.
Yeah, we've got another problem on the 91. This time it's westbound side before Lakewood. We've got a crash with a semi-truck and a car on the shoulder of the road. Next report, 545. I'm Denise Fondo. For traffic reports more often, KNX 1070 News Radio.
70s, 80s, 90s. Today a little cooler than yesterday, but still warm. Same stories. We go into tomorrow. We will warm up some more. Get hot later this week. 5-day forecast, 545. 80 in downtown LA, 78 in Long Beach, and 81 degrees now in Fullerton.
It's 5:37. The University of California has appointed former UC Irvine Chancellor Dr. Michael Drake as its new president. The first black president in the system's 152-year history. Now Drake will oversee 10 campuses at a time of financial distress. The COVID-19 pandemic has cost the university system more than $1 billion in increased costs and lost revenues from March to the end of April, and faces potential state budget cuts. Drake spent 30 years in the UC system, during which time he was known for increasing access to higher education for students from diverse racial, ethnic, and economic backgrounds. Now, the head of UC Berkeley School of Law says Drake has a wonderful combination of warmth and rigor. All of the skills that you would want in a university president, he has them.
Some stories start works for the chancellor of the CSU system, one of the largest in the country. Chancellor Timothy Weiss gave testimony at a House subcommittee hearing on higher education.
As we plan for the fall and beyond, the CSU confronts a grim new difficult reality. Our campuses face soaring costs and mounting revenue losses associated with the pandemic, putting our students' well-being and success at significant risk.
He told lawmakers students at CSU will take part in virtual classes this fall with some exceptions where critical in-person experiences are necessary.
President Trump is pushing hard for schools across the nation to reopen in the fall. Mr. Trump spoke with education leaders at a White House roundtable.
We don't want people to make political statements or do it for political reasons. They think it's going to be good for them politically, so they keep the schools closed. No way. So we're very much going to put pressure on governors and everybody else to open the schools.
Northern California school principal Patrick Daly, who was part of the roundtable, agreed.
We should never be political. I think at times it has become very political in many school systems throughout our United States. I think probably particularly in California.
A recent poll found that 1 in 5 LA parents say they don't think it's safe to send their kids back to the classrooms in the fall.
Corporate's boycott against Facebook may not end soon. NAACP leading the campaign, urging the world's largest social media company to halt ad spending. But after meeting with Facebook's Mark Zuckerberg and Sheryl Sandberg, NAACP CEO Derek Johnson tells CSNBC the anti-Facebook campaign will likely continue until the company makes appropriate changes.
And on their platform, we had a politician who said when the looting starts, the shooting began. They put African Americans at risk. They have African American employees, and they didn't even take that into consideration. And they left that divisive post on their platform. The reason why it was there is because they lacked any senior level civil rights person with experience to speak to how that post alone can incite violence.
Civil rights groups have said white supremacists are using Facebook to recruit people and spread harmful speech. More than 400 corporations, including Coca-Cola, Starbucks, and others, have joined the efforts by pulling their ad spending on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Another look at the roads coming up at 5:45, including our eye in the sky updating a signal alert on the 118. It's 5:41.
When looking to remodel your kitchen, search The Kitchen Store. They are ready for you with a COVID-19 safe design process and an amazing spring sale offer. Search The Kitchen Store.
Cutting Dental's now open and safely welcoming back all patients. Rejuvenate your smile in just one day. Call 855-2-CUNNING. It's 855-2-CUNNING. Whether you stop by a locally owned Napa Auto Parts, Napa Auto Care, or visit Napa online, if you need help with your ride, you can count on Napa Know-How.
University of Laverne ranked as one of America's best colleges for adult learners. Learn more about accelerated programs offered online and in Laverne, Irvine, Ontario, Burbank, or College of the Canyons. Visit go.laverne.edu or call 877-GO-TO-ULV.
I remember the shock when I first saw them, droppings and wings in my kitchen. When I realized they were from termites, I called Pacific Coast Termite. Hey, it's Vicki Moore, and I know how unsettling it can be when you realize you have termites. But don't panic. The team at Pacific Coast Termite is so helpful. My stress level came right down, and these days that's especially important. My advice, start there with a call to Pacific Coast Termite at 800-PACIFIC. Get your free, thorough inspection. Pacific Coast Termite inspectors and technicians, they follow all the CDC health guidelines, so you don't have to worry about that. And whether you have a home or a business, it's a great time to call. If you do need a treatment, you get 10% off plus a 2-year guarantee. And remember, you don't have to pack up, you don't have to move out, and you do not have to put a tent over your house. You stay safe at home. Just call Pacific Coast Termite. The number to call is 800-PACIFIC. That's 800-PACIFIC, or visit them online at pacificcoasttermite.com.
Restrictions apply.
Mortgage rates are at historic lows, so if you have a mortgage, refinance it and forget it. You'll never have to worry about refinancing again. Network Capital Funding is offering our lowest 30-year fixed rate ever, 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible, with no origination fees or discount points. Network Capital has built a reputation for saving people time and money with our unique process that's fast, simple, and secure. Our 30-year fixed rate is 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Incredible. These are historically low rates you may never see again. So refinance it and forget it. That's a 30-year fixed at 2.625 with a 2.64% APR. Call the experts at Network Capital Funding now. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1-HIT. As in home run. Call now and save big on your refi. 800-500-1-HIT. 800-500-1448. MLS ID 11712. Visit NLSConsumerAccess.org. Licensed by the California Department of Business Oversight and the Financial Law. Number 603D787, an equal opportunity lender. Rates subject to change and credit approval. Call 800-500-1HIT for more information.
At Advanced Auto Parts, we take the guesswork out of your oil change. Our experts will help you find the right oil, the right filter, at the right price every day. Get 5 quarts of full synthetic Valvoline, Mobile One, Castrol Edge, or Pennzoil Platinum with a Fram titanium oil filter for just $33.99. Plus, this July, we're donating $1 to Building Homes for Heroes with every 5-quart bottle of Valvoline sold. Advance your auto at Advanced Auto Parts and participating Carquest locations. See store for details.
I absolutely love my dog, but the constant shedding, not so much. But then I got a Swiffer Super Pet Kit, and it is amazing. These super thick cloths take up a crazy amount of hair. Sure, look at all that. And that was from just one swipe. And the best part? Sweeper's so much easier to maneuver than a broom or a vacuum, easily getting around chairs and under the couch. You're right. Now I can focus on you, not your shedding. Swiffer Super Pet Kit, because shed happens.
This is Southern California's only 24-hour local news and traffic station, KNX 1070 News Radio. Depend on us.
544, I'm Mike Simpson.
And I'm Karen Adams. Coming up.
Tell us if you've heard this one before. California suing the Trump administration.
I'm Bloomberg's Mona Rivera. Walmart stock jumps as it prepares to take on Amazon Prime. That story is coming up in 5 minutes. A dramatic and record-breaking spike in coronavirus cases in LA County.
So in the next 15 minutes, 5:45 now. Traffic and weather together every 10 minutes on the 5. Brought to you by UNESI Law. Here's Nick Bondo.
But a deadly incident today on that 405 southbound in the Van Nuys area. This is just before Sherman Way, where someone was in freeway lanes and was hit by a big rig and killed. So there is an investigation there now on that 405 south, and you've got a backup in your North Hills, and your northbound side is jammed as you come out of the West Los Angeles area and into the Van Nuys area. So you want to take the Fulton now as your alternate, rather than sitting through all of that slowing on the 405 southbound and the northbound side. We also have a SIG alert, Simi Valley. Got a fire off the 180.